Hello, welcome to C Squared Artistry. Thanks for watching today. I'm so excited to show you this tutorial on how to do your makeup for Thanksgiving dinner, or if you have any other special events that you are planning on going to during this season. And this video is one of 3 for our C Cube series, makeup look for Thanksgiving holiday, one for Christmas, and one for New Year's. So if you want to see how I'm going to do this look, please keep watching. Okay. So I began by applying my foundation, my eyebrows are filled in, I've moisturized my skin, all of that good stuff is done and ready to go. So once you've prepped your skin and you've put on your foundation, we're going to move on to starting our eyes. Before I apply any eyeshadow, the first thing that you want to do and that I'm going to do is to apply a primer. Primer is really important, and I'll be doing a couple of webinars that are going to show you how to really get great at applying primer, knowing what type of primers to use, how to use it, what they're for. So if you're interested in watching a webinar on that, please send me a comment or an inbox message so I can know to put you on our list when we prepare for that webinar. But for today, we'll get started. So I'm using my NYX NYX eyeshadow primer, and I use this a lot. I like this primer. It really is a nice solid base. I feel like when I put this primer on, my eyeshadow lasts all day long. I have very, very minimal to no creasing, and on your Thanksgiving day, when you're going out for your parties, you want to make sure that your eyeshadow is on, it's not sweating off, and it's not creasing in the middle of the night. So the first thing to do in order to make sure that that happens is to apply primer. So I'm going to go ahead and apply this primer all over my lid. And it's okay to get a nice generous amount of it on there because you want it to really grab a hold of that skin, and just make sure that it's nice and smooth to the application. And as you can see, the way I'm applying it, I'm not necessarily brushing it on, I'm just kind of tapping it, if you would, onto my eyelid because it is very pasty. So you want to make sure that, it has a nice layer on there. Alright, so once you've applied the cream base, you want to just go ahead, and I'm using a sponge here, and it has a little bit of foundation that I used for my foundation left on it from when I did my makeup. And I'm just kind of pressing it in. The sponge is good because it just helps to absorb anything that may have been left over. So that's your base. The first color that I'm going to apply, I'm going to be using the Naked palette, and it's a very popular palette. I'm sure you guys have seen this before. If you haven't, it's a great investment, and it has a lot of great colors in there that are wonderful for the fall, and a lot of times during the holiday season it goes on sale. So if you're interested in buying this palette, I would encourage you to do so during this time of year because you can get a really great deal on it. I'll show you just a little bit of the palette so you can see some of the colors. And they're really nice colors. Most of these are actually more metallic in texture, and there are a few matte and satin textures in there. So it's a nice combination, but honestly I use this palette more throughout the fall and the winter than any other time of the year. So if you like those darker colors and you like those metallic textures, then this is a great palette for you. And it comes with a nice little brush too. So it's the Naked palette by Urban Decay. So the color I'm going to apply today is Toasted. It has a little bit of a kind of like a burnt plum cranberry shade, and so I'm actually going to use the brush that came with it. It's a nice flat brush, and I'm just going to put a little bit of the Toasted eyeshadow right on the lower part of my lid. So right here below the crease is where I want to apply most of that color. And again, just kind of tapping, not going too heavily with it, but just placing the color right on the lower lid. You can see right there. I like this color a lot because I feel like it is so indicative of the holiday season. Holiday season, you tend to have a little bit more bling on. you know, with like a necklace that I'm wearing when you're going to a special event or a nice dinner or a gala. You know, it's a little bit darker, kind of smoky, but not so much. So your eyeshadow really should complement the style of dress and the occasion. And I feel like this color really does that because it actually has a lot of shimmer in it, but it's subtle enough so that it doesn't look out of order. It doesn't look like you're, you know, not at the right occasion. And I am huge on blending, so throughout your makeup application, I think you should always have a brush like this, a 224, some type of blending brush that's going to really help to blend in the shadows that you apply and layer one color on top of the other. So I'm just going to go ahead and kind of blend in right here because you want to make sure that it's seamless, that your eyeshadow has a nice transition from layer to layer. And just a little quick tip I would say is when you're applying powder to your eye or you're blending like we're doing right now, where you place your hand on the brush is going to determine how much pressure you're applying, and it's also going to determine how deep or intense that color is going to be. So because we're blending it out and we want it to have a really soft transition there, you can notice I have my hand at the lower part of this brush. It's not all the way up here, you know, like I'm just scrubbing in the eyeshadow. Instead, just extend your hand out and bring it down here. So that's a quick tip. And if you want to see more of those, again, sign up for one of our webinars or inbox me and I can share a lot more of that information with you. Or you can make an appointment for a private consultation too. So now we have our first color on and it has a little bit of that frost. The second color that I'm going to add, just to give it a little bit of a pop, is I'm going to be using another blending brush, but this one is a lot thicker. And this blending brush is going to have a little bit of purple in it. I'm going to use like a deeper purple, not exactly the shade of my dress, but something that has a little bit more of a bright shade to it. And I'm going to put this on the outer corner of my eye, right here. You can see it just very subtly. And I'm just applying it right in the crease of my eye. Just gives a lot more drama. And for the holidays, drama is nice. You can work with drama. And then again, you want to go back with your clean blending brush and extend your hand down a little bit more and just blend out. Now, to give this look just a little bit more definition, I'm going to incorporate another color. And I'm going to use a angled brush. It's kind of like it's a flat brush, but it's an angled brush, and it's really, really soft. I like this brush a lot. And I'm going to apply that peachy color right onto the center of my lid, right there. And it's just going to give me a subtle, very, very subtle pop of color. Next up, again, can you guess? Blend. Always blend. Alright? And to seal the deal in terms of our eyeshadows, we're going to go back to our Naked palette, and I'm going to use a little bit of this color, Half Baked, right here in the inner corner. Tear duct. Always a great spot to open up the eyes. Alright. And it's okay, you see that a little bit came down here. That's fine because you want the eyes to be open. You want them to look bright and airy, and having a little bit of that shadow fall down, it's okay. It kind of helps the look. I also like to use my fingers to help to dust away any harsh lines or edges. So to complete the rest of the eye, eyeliner is very integral because you want to make sure that the eyes have a nice dramatic finish to it. And so I like to use a liquid eyeliner to achieve that part of the look. And I'm using just a regular liquid eyeliner by MAC. And again, you want to hold the skin taut. And I'm applying the liner towards the outer corner because I really want to have a more of a dramatic look. And I'm bringing it out just a tad. And if you notice, I actually am curving the liner as I'm going up and then out. And again, just going to hold down this area of the eye very gently and line the lower lashes. And then mascara. And you can use any mascara you want, just as long as it's going to make the eyelashes look longer and fuller. And you just kind of want to wiggle it up. For lips, I think it's nice to complement this type of dramatic eye with a very simple lip. So I'm going to actually use a plum lip liner by NYX NYX. In addition to that, you can use a darker lip liner, such as chestnut, or something that has a little bit more brown in it. And then I'm going to go over that using my see-through lip gloss by MAC. It's very sheer, because that just gives us a little bit of sheen. Okay? So, if you enjoyed this look, I hope you wear it or something similar to it to your Thanksgiving party this week or Thanksgiving dinner. Enjoy your week, enjoy your time with your family and friends, and please keep watching. Stay tuned for our next 2 videos in this CQ series. The next one will be on our Christmas look, and the one after that will be New Year's. So, I love you ladies. Have a great day. Bye-bye.